The sky above Earth was calm at first. People looked up and saw something strange. Huge ships slowly appearing. These were not like any planes or satellites. They were massive and shiny, glowing with bright lights. At first, people thought it was a show or maybe a new kind of science experiment. But soon everyone understood this was something far more serious. The Galactic Empire had arrived. No one knew where these ships had come from. They were huge, covering miles of the sky. Governments all around the world quickly sent messages to the ships trying to make contact. But no answer came. The silence from the ships made people nervous. The news spread fast. Alien ships over Earth. What do they want? Leaders of countries held emergency meetings. Soldiers and police were told to prepare for anything. The world was afraid. Some people thought the aliens might be here to help. Others believed they would attack and take over. The Galactic Empire was famous in stories, a powerful group that ruled many planets. If they had come to Earth, it was no small event. Inside the ships, the Empire's commanders watched Earth carefully. They saw the busy cities, the lights, and the many people. Their first thoughts were clear. Earth was small and weak compared to their great empire. The humans had lived quietly without war for many years. This planet would be easy to control. But Earth was not as weak as the Empire thought. Hidden from the world's eyes, humans had been preparing for a possible threat. For a long time, deep underground in secret bases, scientists and soldiers worked on powerful weapons. They studied the stars and built ships that could fight. The Galactic Empire did not know this yet. The first sign of danger came when small ships from the Empire moved closer to Earth's surface. They wanted to explore and check the planet's defenses. But they were surprised. Earth's radar picked up the ships, and powerful lasers shot at them. The Empire's scouts were forced to move back quickly. They reported this to their leaders. Earth's people watched with mixed feelings. Some were scared, but many were proud. They saw their own technology fighting back the Empire's advanced ships. For the first time, humans felt hope. They were not alone or weak. The Galactic Empire was shocked. No other planet had ever fought them so soon or so strongly. The commanders gathered to talk. They knew this battle would be different. They could not just take Earth easily. At the same time, leaders on Earth made a big decision. They decided to unite all countries. For the first time in history, all nations agreed to work together. They formed a global army to protect the planet. People gave their support knowing the future was at stake. Cities prepared for battle. Soldiers trained harder than ever. People built shelters and made plans to keep their families safe. Schools and businesses closed, and the world focused on one thing: survival. In a secret underground base, a group of elite soldiers gathered. They were ready to fight the Empire if it came to war. These soldiers were special. They had trained for years and used the best technology Earth had. Their leader, a strong and brave woman named Commander Sarah, stood before them. "We don't know everything about the Empire," Sarah said. "But we do know one thing. We will not give up. We will fight for Earth. We will show them humans are strong and ready." Outside, the sky darkened as more ships came. The Empire's fleet moved closer. The first battle was about to begin. The world held its breath. Would Earth survive the arrival of the Galactic Empire? Or was this the end of everything humans knew? Only time would tell. But one thing was certain. Humanity was no longer hiding in the dark. They were ready for war. The Galactic Empire's scouts had expected an easy victory. They believed Earth was just a small, weak planet with no real defense. But as their ships hovered closer, they quickly saw that this was not true. The humans were stronger and smarter than anyone had guessed. When the scouts landed, they were surprised. Instead of finding frightened people, they found soldiers ready to fight. These were not ordinary soldiers. They wore powerful armor and carried weapons that glowed with energy. The scouts could see signs of advanced technology everywhere. Machines that could move faster, see farther, and protect better than anything the Empire had seen in a long time. The humans did not hide their strength. They showed the Empire's scouts their secret bases, underground bunkers filled with weapons and machines. The humans explained that they had been preparing for a threat like this for many years. Earth might look peaceful on the surface, but beneath it was a fortress. The scouts sent a message back to their leaders. Earth is not weak. They have weapons and warriors. This will be a challenge. The Empire's commanders did not expect this news. They had thought Earth would fall quickly like other planets. Now they had to change their plans. Meanwhile, humans all over Earth were uniting. Old enemies put aside their differences. Countries shared their best weapons and soldiers. Scientists worked day and night to improve their defenses. People in cities trained to protect their homes. Farmers and workers built barricades and shelters. Commander Sarah led her team in secret training missions. They practiced fighting the Empire's soldiers and tested new weapons. Each day they grew stronger. Sarah knew the battle would be hard, but she believed in her team. One night, Sarah stood on a hill overlooking a city. The stars shone bright, but the sky was filled with the lights of the Empire's ships. She took a deep breath and said to herself, "We are ready. We will not let them win." Far away, the Empire's leaders gathered. They argued and planned. Some believed they should attack Earth with full force. Others feared the cost would be too high. The Empire had never faced such strong resistance before. The decision was made. The Empire would send a powerful fleet to test Earth's strength. The first battle was coming. On Earth, the people waited. They knew this fight would decide their future. Families hugged each other, soldiers prepared their gear, and everyone hoped for a miracle. The Galactic Empire had set its gaze on Earth and found a world ready for war. The Galactic Empire's fleet darkened the sky as it moved toward Earth's largest city. The Empire wanted to send a clear message. They would not be stopped easily. Their massive warships unleashed bright beams of energy, tearing through buildings and lighting up the night. But Earth's defenders were ready. Soldiers rushed to their positions and powerful shields rose around the city like invisible walls. The Empire's attacks bounced off, unable to break through. On the ground, human fighters moved quickly, using their knowledge of the city's streets to their advantage. Commander Sarah led her team through the chaos. They knew every corner, every alley, every secret path. Using fast vehicles and special weapons, they hit the Empire's soldiers where it hurt most. The battle was fierce and loud. Explosions shook the ground and the sky glowed with fire. The Empire's soldiers were shocked. They had never seen such a strong defense from a planet they thought was weak. Humans were fighting with courage and skill. They worked as one, protecting their homes and families. In the middle of the battle, Sarah found herself face to face with an Empire commander. The two looked at each other, knowing this fight was about more than just weapons. It was a test of wills. With quick moves and sharp thinking, Sarah managed to force the commander to retreat. The city held strong. Slowly, the Empire's fleet pulled back. They needed time to rethink their plan. This battle was only the beginning. Across Earth, people celebrated the victory but knew the war was far from over. They had shown the Galactic Empire that humanity was not an easy target. They had proved that Earth was ready for war. The Galactic Empire now understood one thing clearly. This planet would fight back and they must be careful. The Galactic Empire's commanders gathered in a vast cold chamber aboard their flagship. The unexpected defeat at Earth City shook them deeply. For centuries, they had conquered worlds with ease, but Earth's resistance was unlike anything they had faced before. Whispers of doubt began to spread among their ranks. Some leaders blamed their scouts for underestimating humanity. Others argued that Earth's secret weapons and unity made the difference. A few feared this war could become long and costly, draining the Empire's resources. Tension filled the room as debates grew louder. Meanwhile, back on Earth, the news of the battle spread quickly. People felt a mix of hope and fear. The victory showed them they could fight the Empire, but they also knew the enemy would return stronger. Leaders urged everyone to prepare for what was coming next. In the shadows, spies from the Empire worked hard to learn more about Earth's defenses. But the humans were clever. They hid their plans well and used misinformation to confuse the enemy. This made the Empire even more frustrated. The Empire's leaders decided to send a larger, more powerful fleet. Their goal was clear: crush Earth's spirit and show that no planet could defy the Empire for long. Yet some commanders secretly worried. They had heard stories from other systems where small worlds fought back and won. Could Earth be the start of a new kind of war? On Earth, Commander Sarah met with the world's top leaders. They planned new strategies and strengthened alliances. The soldiers trained harder, ready to face the Empire's next move. Sarah looked at the stars, feeling the weight of responsibility but also the fire of determination. The Galactic Empire's shock had turned to resolve. They would not give up easily. But Earth's people had found their strength and their courage. The stage was set for a war that could change the galaxy forever. The sky over Earth darkened again, but this time, it was not only the ships of the Galactic Empire that arrived. From the far reaches of the galaxy, unexpected visitors appeared, aliens from distant worlds who had heard of Earth's brave fight. These newcomers were not enemies. They came as friends, ready to stand beside humanity. No one knew much about these alien allies at first. Their ships were different from both Earth's and the Empire's, sleek, fast, and glowing with colors never seen before. Their technology was advanced, but also strange and mysterious. Some people on Earth were unsure if they could be trusted. After all, trust was hard to find when the galaxy was full of danger. Commander Sarah met with the leaders of these alien friends. They shared stories of their own battles against the Empire and how Earth's courage inspired them. They offered weapons, knowledge, and soldiers to help defend the planet. For the first time, Earth's fight was part of a larger struggle, a fight for freedom across many worlds. With their new allies, humans began to learn new ways to fight. They trained together, sharing tactics and technology. The humans taught the aliens about Earth's lands and cities, while the aliens shared secrets of their advanced machines and energy shields. This bond gave the people hope. The Galactic Empire watched closely. They saw their enemy growing stronger and knew the coming war would be even harder. The Empire's leaders planned to strike soon, before Earth and its allies could become too powerful. But Earth was ready. The people, soldiers, and their new alien friends stood united. They were no longer just defending their home. They were fighting for the future of the galaxy. The arrival of these unexpected allies changed everything. The battle for Earth was no longer a lonely fight. It was the start of a great alliance and a new hope for all who dreamed of freedom. The Galactic Empire's warships filled the sky like a dark storm. Their fleet was larger and more powerful than ever before. This time, they were ready to end the fight once and for all. The final war had begun. On Earth, the air was thick with tension. Cities were guarded by walls of energy, and soldiers stood ready on every street. Commander Sarah moved quickly, coordinating with her team and their alien allies. Together, they prepared for the Empire's assault. The battle was fierce and unrelenting. The Empire's ships fired massive blasts that shook the ground. Explosions lit up the night as fighters clashed in the sky and on the Earth. The humans and their alien friends used every weapon and trick they had learned. Sarah led a strike team, deep into the heart of the Empire's forces. Their mission was dangerous: destroy the Empire's command center before it could send more orders. Moving silently through enemy lines, they faced fierce resistance. But their courage and teamwork were unmatched. Meanwhile, across the battlefield, Earth's defenders held strong. Families hid in shelters, hoping their loved ones would return safely. Soldiers fought with all their strength, knowing that the future of humanity was at stake. As the battle raged on, a turning point came. Sarah's team succeeded in destroying the Empire's command center. Without leadership, the Empire's forces began to fall apart. Confusion spread through their ranks, and their powerful fleet started to retreat. The victory was hard-earned. Many lives were lost and cities lay in ruins. But Earth had survived. The war had tested the limits of humanity's spirit, and they had not broken. The Galactic Empire was pushed back, but the war's end was only the beginning of a new chapter for Earth and the galaxy. The sky finally cleared, leaving behind a world forever changed. The war was over. The Galactic Empire's massive fleet had retreated into the depths of space, defeated by a force they never expected. Humanity united with its new allies. Earth's cities were scarred, but the spirit of its people was unbroken. In the quiet aftermath, leaders from Earth and the allied alien worlds gathered. They spoke of peace, of rebuilding, and of a future where no one would live in fear of the Empire's shadow. The victories had been hard won, and the cost had been great, but hope burned brighter than ever. Commander Sarah stood among the crowd, looking up at the stars. She thought of those who had fallen and those who had fought bravely beside her. Earth was no longer just a small, forgotten planet. It had become a symbol, a beacon of strength, courage, and resilience in the galaxy. The Galactic Empire was still out there, but its fear of humanity had grown. They would think twice before returning. And Earth was ready. With new alliances and stronger defenses, the planet was prepared to face whatever came next. But the story did not end here. This victory marked the beginning of a new era, one filled with challenges, discoveries, and the promise of a galaxy where freedom and hope could thrive. As the sun rose on a healed Earth, people looked forward. The war had tested their limits, but it had also shown them what it meant to be truly united. Together they had faced the impossible and won.